let me tell you a tale of a sim racing legend. Once upon a time, the flying Ethan Olli Pahkala decided that enough was enough. There wasn't a sim rig on the market that would fit his image of a perfect Formula-style racing seat. So, understandably, he built his own, made almost completely out of wood. Now Olli has his own sim rig company that has improved on his initial prototype.
And I'm here sitting in one. Hey, my name's Gareth, and today we won't be listening to any more fairy tales, but instead reviewing the OverPower Formula, a true Formula-style sim rig.
There are a lot of good rigs on the market. Some are made from aluminium profiles, some in wood, and come in GT positions or, as in our case, with a Formula-style seat. This means the driver is lying inside the rig rather than sitting in a racing seat. Perfect for immersion, but not so good for getting in.
If you want to learn more about Olli, his vision, or OverPower as a whole, make sure to check out our NitroNights episode from a few weeks back where Olli was our guest. This OP formula was provided by OverPower, but we promise this review is 100% our opinion and completely unbiased. So let's find out if this thing could be your sim rig of choice.
Nothing comes from nothing, which is the ultimate description when receiving a new sim rig in several packages and knowing you'll assemble it over the next couple of hours.
Everything arrived in our studios in Berlin without any scratches whatsoever, and that after a crazy 2,000-kilometer journey from Finland to Germany, so nothing to complain about here.
The OP formula is made from different materials. Most of it is coated wood, but some parts that need the extra stability are made from aluminium. Everything is high quality and feels good to the touch. The imprinted OverPower lettering is particularly impressive.
On their homepage, you can even get custom paint jobs. How nice would this have been in Overtake green and red? Maybe next time, Olli.
But let's get into building the thing. The assembly process was quite tedious, with many little steps and hundreds of screws, sliders and washers to think about. All in all, the job can be done by one person, but make sure you're well equipped, patient, and that you bring at least some basic craftsmanship with you.
In our case, the manual suggested that 3 to 4 hours would be enough, but we actually needed a lot more time, so be prepared for that.
Also, some parts do have some sharp edges, which makes the assembly process nothing you should share with your kids. But if you're careful and follow the instructions step by step, the assembly is easy enough to finish.
Speaking of instructions, the manual isn't included as a printout in any of the boxes. It can be found, however, on their homepage overpower.gg, so make sure you print it out beforehand or use your phone as a PDF reader. Overtake.gg, on the other hand, has everything sim racing. So head on over to our homepage and don't forget to subscribe for more hardware reviews like this one.
After 8 hours of building and parallel filming, the rig was ready to be seated for the first time. Good job there, Joe. But how does it feel?
Now, the OP formula isn't quite as comfortable as we first expected. You see, the seat and calf rest are made out of soft foam, which does lead you to believe it should be quite comfy. But in reality, the foam is quite firm and definitely becomes noticeable after longer gaming sessions.
Don't get us wrong, we like the seating position of the OP formula and think that the way the seat is constructed is rather genius. With levers at the back, you can adjust the way the backplate is bent to your liking so you can achieve your most comfortable seating position. But at the end of the day, the foam was a little bit on the harder side, which can probably lead to some discomfort if you're planning on sitting in the OP formula 8 hours a day. However, after fiddling with all the levers and options, you can achieve an immersive gaming experience that is comfortable for quite some time. And overall, that's how a Formula-style rig should be. It beams you right into the action. This mostly comes from all of the customization options the OP formula hands you. You can adjust the pedal rack and its distance to the seat, you can tilt it and set how high the rack should be. The same applies to the wheel plate and monitor mount, both of which also come with tons of adjustment options.
But how does it drive? Is there any flex? And how are the forces transmitted to the player? Let's head to the track and find out.
Guys, driving with the OP formula is a lot of fun. Of course, the special seating position is the key feature when purchasing this, but overall the rig is well crafted. There is little to no flex when it comes to force transmission. As you can see, we tested with a Fanatec DD1 wheelbase and had no problems with flex at all, and really liked how you can feel the force feedback effects inside the rig itself. So, whenever forces are transferred, you won't only feel it in your steering wheel, but also with your whole body. Almost like you're actually there. Amazing!
Driving with this is fun, but what about extensions? Is there the possibility to upgrade this? Well, yes and no.
You see, there are options to buy online, like the shifter or handbrake mount for example, but that's about it. At the end of the day, the OverPower Formula is not an aluminium profile rig and is therefore not as flexible when it comes to upgrading your rig in the future. So keep that in mind when you add the OP Formula to your shopping cart for a whopping €900.
Alright, let's head back and figure out if you should buy this thing.
€900 is on the pricier side, yes, but the OP Formula is a well-crafted piece of sim equipment, and even after the tedious building process is a lot of fun to drive. The Formula seating position is superbly realised and transports you directly into the cockpit of an open-wheeler. The seat is a little bit on the firmer side, but the overall quality of the parts quickly makes you forget that. So, if you're looking for a premium-style Formula rig, the OP Formula might be for you. But if your pockets aren't that deep, there are a lot of alternatives out there that come in around half the price with similarly high build qualities. What do you say about the OP Formula? Do you like the approach? Let us know in the comments down below. On your right, you can find our video about load cell brakes where we explain how they work and if you should get one. Underneath is something just for you. But that's it for today. Thanks for having me, and until next time, cheers.